We got gator legs. I just got back from gator hunting with Destin Offshore Fishing, and it was awesome. We had a great time. We got a nice little gator on the adventure. You can see that over on my main channel, Fowler's Makery Mischief.
Gator, gator, gator.
Ah! It's actually way better than I thought it would be. The gator is so delicious. It's been on my bucket list for a while. I've had it before in a restaurant like several years ago. I wanted to catch and cook my own, and that's what we're gonna do today. We got 4 gator legs, and I just left a little pause on because I got a weird sense of humor, and I wanted there to be no doubt as to what we're cooking today. We're making jerked gator legs, which is why we have our other special guest here, Scotch Bonnet. I'm Zachary Fowler, you're watching the Catch and Cook Kitchen. Let's make something delicious with these gator legs. Legs themselves reminded me a lot when I saw them, and I was cleaning the gator of the goat that we used to do back in the day when I lived up in the woods all that long time ago. My favorite recipe that was made for me with the goat was one time we did a jerked goat in a stew pot on the wood stove that cooked overnight. Being that there's minimal amounts of meat here on the front legs and there's some heavier chunks here on the back legs, I pictured making this and grilling it and then a slow cooked with a jerk sauce, and then it all falls apart and I can clean the meat off and we can have it on some rice and with some other vegetables and maybe some other traditional Jamaican things like some of their little fried bread things to go with it. Jerk sauce isn't all that hard to make, but it does require a lot of ingredients, and one very important ingredient that everybody claims is the Scotch bonnet, which I could not find at any of the grocery stores. Fortunately, we have a beautiful, wonderful Jamaican restaurant around here called J&J's Jamaican Grocery, and he's got empanadas and jerk chicken right there, and I went and got some of these from them and begged them off of them even though they don't sell them there. So he was nice enough to give us a couple of these, and we got some other fresh ingredients. It's garlic, thyme, onions, a little bit of orange, ginger, and green onions. We're gonna blend all that up with some other dry spices, and then we put this into marinade overnight, and then we're gonna make, which I'm super excited about, I saw in a YouTube video right here, we can use some of that jerk sauce marinade to make a glaze for putting on after and dipping in, because I love dipping. Take our Ninja blender and chuck all of our ingredients in there. You're gonna want about 1 inch to 2 inches of ginger, green onions, just getting them to fit in there. This Ninja blender will chew anything up. Got some thyme. We're just gonna take it until it breaks and pull down on it. So we don't want the hard stems, but the soft stems are just fine. Probably the most time consuming part of the whole thing. 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. You know, we don't measure a lot of stuff when I do recipes. When I was watching somebody else's video, that other gentleman's video there, on how to do this, he said,
it's not Jamaican jerk marinade if you don't eyeball all the ingredients.
But I was like, I love that. That's so perfect. That's how it's supposed to be. We'll put 3 Scotch bonnets in there, and I was told that if you put them in with the seeds, that's when they're the hottest. Now he has these grown specially, locally, and freezes them so we can have them for making his jerk sauce. Whew. He said, it's not too hot. It's not too hot. The seeds, the hotter part. Wow. Maybe we'll only go with 2. It's such a good hot, though. But it got me. All right, now the orange, which you can use orange or pineapple juice. Are so soothing to my tongue. 2 teaspoons of cloves. Then we got about 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. Dump that in there. And then we got the allspice. So we're gonna use about 1/2 cup of these, the most important ingredient. You don't cheat that, otherwise it just is not a jerk sauce. Teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper. That's that in there. Apple cider vinegar, about 1/4 cup, but that's all that's left in there. Traditionally, red stripe, and I was able to find that at the Jamaican market as well. 1/2 cup of that. We'll say the rest of this we're spritzing on while it's cooking on the grill. 1/2 cup of soy sauce. And I got some MCT oil, which is a good neutral oil. It doesn't have any flavors. 3 tablespoons of oil for this. And last but not least, gotta have some sugar in there. So we're gonna go with some nice brown sugar, 2 to 3 tablespoons. Really let it go to town on that. I want to break down some of those bigger, heavier things that were in there. Push everything down inside. Let's give it a taste, see if we need to add more salt and pepper. or too far. It's a little on the lighter side. There is a brown sauce, which I did not buy, and I'm not sure what flavor that imparts. I've heard that you can go without it, and I think it just makes it darker.
You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
But it is still fairly dark because of the soy sauce. There's still some chunky bits in there. I think I just ate a clove. That's good. Needs to be beat for a while. Let's see. Oh, it's much better. Now, we'll set some of this aside for making the glaze after. Put a little bit in the bottom, like that. And we'll put our Gator right into the bottom of there. There we go, something like that. And then the rest of this over top of it. There we go, she's all ready to go. Cover these little fellas up. Put that in the fridge and make our glaze. We're just gonna dump that cup of that back in there. Then you just add a cup of your pineapple, your soy sauce, and your ketchup. A little bit of the MCT oil, about 3 tablespoons of that. Which I don't know why I'm blending it. We're gonna be reducing this on the heat. We don't need to blend this. And I just did that all wrong. I was supposed to caramelize my sugar in the pan with the oil. So I guess we're having a teeniest bit more oil added to the whole mix. We'll get the induction cooker out. We'll throw a little bit more oil in the pan just so that we can caramelize that sugar first. There we go, about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Right now, I have to say, I feel like dancing, because I'm having a hard time holding still because while we were blending that for a while, I went and took a bathroom break and I forgot about the Scotch bonnet that I just was handling. And yeah, that stuff kicks. Here we go, starting to foam up. Oh, that smells so good. And just let this simmer and cook off. I can already feel the pieces dissolving that are in there. In about another 10 minutes, it should be there. Let's give it a little taste. That is so good. I never want to have barbecue sauce again. This is like light years beyond. Somebody from the South is gonna be like, you just haven't had a good barbecue sauce. Is that a good Southern accent? I don't know. Probably offended somebody from the South by saying it that way.
That's a fact.
Now we gotta get it into a jar. We're gonna sieve it too, because I want it to be silky. There was one little piece of something still in there, and I wanna see if we can't make it as silky as possible. We're gonna have to work some of that through the screen. Look at it, look, it's so smooth, so silky. That is the silky sauce that we're looking for right there. Nope, we're getting it. Just gotta commit to it. Full commit, full commit, full commit. Got it. So this can go in the fridge, but as far as we're concerned, we're just going to jump into tomorrow. Come on out. There's a little paws hanging out of there. I'm just gonna go like this and strip a good amount of the sauce off. It's marinated in it overnight, and we're gonna make a little something to squirt on there. So we'll put these on there, and then this rest of this marinade we'll be able to use to make more of that dipping sauce. There, now they still have a good amount of that on there. Let those smoke for a bit, and then we'll come back out with our spray. So we got some of our sauce. We're gonna make a little marinade spray, and then we'll spray that on our Gator. There we go. Just get that on there. Might have been a good chunk. Shoot, that broke. Oh, crap. All right, replacement. We're just gonna go the old-fashioned way, brushing on. Apparently there's still too many chunks in there, and it broke the sprayer.
3 hours later.
Let's see how our Gator's looking. 153 temperature-wise, because we got a little probe from our Z-Grill right here. I'm guessing we want about the same as chicken, but now that it's smoked for 3.5 hours, we want to finish it in the pan. Drizzle the rest of this over off top of everything. And in the oven it goes for another half an hour until it's finished. Perfect timing, the rice is done, and we're gonna have our rice. I even made some dough. So we're gonna make some more pitas. Unlike last time when I made the pitas out of flour, this time I made it out of cassava flour because Lisa is gluten-free, and it doesn't look like it rose up or doubled at all. We'll roll that out in a second and we'll toast those up in the oven. Until then, I wanna whip up some of this, which is a traditional festive mix to make these little Jamaican bread things. I made some last night for my friends, and there's like exact amounts and measurements, but we don't do that. We're gonna use cold water to whisk it up. And then this is just supposed to set for 15 minutes before you work it into little logs. Here we go, put that in there, and let that rest with a towel over it, with my fancy new towel, if you didn't notice. These are available on fowlersmakermischief.com. We have a whole new line, or go to fowlers.shop, of all kinds of Gyotaku stuff. This was a golf towel we selected and had made so that you can wipe your hands, have a little hand towel for stuff. Once again, pizza oven indoors. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. We got away with it last time, so we're doing it again. Really don't do anything that I ever do. You see me do at home, like that. We got almond flour. Maybe it'll give it a little nutty flavor on the outside edges of it.
It's a bit nutty.
That's okay. We'll roll one of these suckers out. Chuck it in there. Oh, there's some bubbling. Some slight bubbling. All right, here we go. Spatula was too short, but I mean, it's toasted up. Before I go and make my whole Gator thing on this, and it turns out to be disgusting. Tastes like nothing. It's not good and salty like Play-Doh. That's for sure. Needs some improving. Has a nicer smell to it. All right, get our oil up to heat. This thing's pretty nifty. I got this on Amazon because I saw somebody else had one. And it's got a little drip rack on the lid, so you close it back up, it's all set to go. Got your oil in there, and there was a thermometer that went right here, but I've already lost it after one trip and one adventure, having it with me on the South Camper the other day. It heats up, you got your oil, and then you put your stuff up there to cool, and any drips flow back down in. Just work our little dough into, well, probably 8 pieces. We are at 350. It's time to cook our little donut-y things. Whoa, careful. Drop it away from you. That wasn't clever. There we go. Nice and golden-y. Oh yeah. While we're in the experimental mode, I'm gonna give it a try with one of these cassavas and chalk that in there, see what happens. And we'll get this little guy out. Let's see how he did. Open our Gator. Hallelujah. Plate it all up. We'll do a couple of these guys right here. Spin it around. And we'll try our fried little burrito on here. That seems nice and soft. Got a little bit of rice. We'll come over here and pick some meat off. I'll put it over here. Make up my mind here. Put some meat on it. It just, look at this, it just pulls off the bone. Nice and perfect. Some jerked Gator. All right, Lord, thank you for this food. Bless this food to our body in Jesus' name. Let's see, how'd we do? Actually, before we take a full bite of that, let's just try just a little piece of the Gator. That's good. It's a bit like chicken. And maybe some of that is because I made the jerked Gator, jerked chicken last night with the same recipe, and it's a little more, I don't know, like frog than chicken, I would say, for sure. It's got that whole, you know, reptile amphibian type thing going on. The cassava thing's not that bad. I mean, fresh pita, like we did last time, and with the catfish and the curry, there's just something about the gluteniness, the breadiness of bread. But for somebody, I think Lisa's gonna be super happy, and everybody's gonna enjoy that. It's a little on the gummier side because of the xanthan gum to get it to hold together, but it works. And that jerked Gator is amazing. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's try our little donuts. Give them a little dip. The jerk glaze is amazing. That's my new favorite thing. This is so good. This is so amazing. And this is a new recipe for me.
Well, if this is out there, think how much more
I'm gonna keep trying to find new recipes and new ways to do things, as well as the good old ways, making them better. I don't know about the cassava flour being a actual better, but for somebody who's gluten-free and doesn't get to have that, I would say the pizza oven one was pretty good. The fried one was pretty good. The one fried in the pan with the almond flour, more almond flour on it, I didn't like that so much. But yeah, so if you're gluten-free, give that cassava flour recipe a try. Just use a half a teaspoon of xanthan gum to 1 cup of cassava flour. That's it for us. I'm gonna go enjoy some more of this with my team, and we'll see you guys in the next one. And if you wanna watch the whole video where they catch and cook and doing it out there in Florida and all the adventure there, check it out on the main channel, Fowler's Maker and Mischief. Thanks for watching, guys. Fowler out. I think I finally understand the song. Every little thing is gonna be alright. No wonder he thought everything was gonna be alright. This is so good. Alright, we can turn it off now. This is turning into like a mukbang. That's not cool.